Now, if you ask anyone who's raced here, they'll tell you, nowhere in the world is more important to get a high qualifying position than here on the windy, chicaney, challenging streets of Monaco. We're about to set the grid for tomorrow's race, but potentially for the end of the race too. So welcome along, everyone, to the Monaco Grand Prix qualifying.
Here are the top 5 cars as things stand. The fastest lap at the moment, 1 minute 11.5. Senna, Russell, Hakkinen, Massa and Albon. Okay, so as for the cars around us, just ahead are Hakkinen, Massa and Albon. And we're in front of O'Sullivan, Schumacher and Barnard. Our best lap so far, 1:12.4. Okay, so the current fastest lap, 1 minute 11.5. Fantastic, you've got pole position.
With qualifying complete, all that remains now is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then. Formula One returns to Monte Carlo once again today, home to the world-famous Monte Carlo Casino that first opened in 1863. And of course, a certain road race first held in 1929. There's no greater an occasion, no more valuable a win than the Monaco Grand Prix. We're on the French Riviera once more this weekend at the 2-mile-long Circuit de Monaco. The cars will climb around 40 metres up the hill, past the casino, and then descend towards the harbour through Sector 2. It's a very short run from pole position to the first of 19 corners, and don't expect to see much overtaking here today. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Jenson Button lines up on pole position, and it's Ayrton Senna alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Russell, Hakkinen, Alex Albon, and Massa, Michael Schumacher, O'Sullivan, Bortoletto, and Aiden Jackson, Barnard, Hadja, Joshua Pearce, and Verschoor, Lawson, Fittipaldi, Franco Colapinto, and Zane Maloney, Doohan, Ocon, Martins, and Jack Crawford rounds off the grid. With preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. And alongside me today, a man who I'm always pleased to see join me in the commentary box, Anthony Davidson. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, for them, you've got your pre-race rituals that you go through. You see different drivers that, some have got their headphones on, they're listening to the music. Some drivers really absorb the energy from the crowd and they're there waving to them. Other drivers, they go within themselves. They chat to their engineers, absorbing that information, that vital information that you need to carry you through the race. And,
Okay, you know this, but this track needs a lot of downforce, and as such, we're not going to have quite the same top speed as at other circuits. The good news, though, is that it's going to make our DRS even more powerful. So try to make the most of it in the race and quali if you can. Okay, DRS is now available. That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done. You're leading the pack, that's P1. Car behind you is Senna. Okay, they're on fresh hards, and that's 6 laps until your pit window's open. Okay, you've got 25 laps to go. Okay, start actively conserving fuel, please, or we won't be finishing today. You need to be lifting off the throttle as you approach a corner. Let the drag slow you down a bit before you start active braking. Okay, pit in this lap, and remember the speed limit. We'll be penalised if we exceed it. Keep that in mind as you approach. Let's go, come on! That was a fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting. Up to speed now, let's get some heat into those tyres. Okay, that is Gabrielle behind you. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Okay, they've done 10 laps on those tyres. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. And the time last lap, 1 minute 16.4. Okay, Gabrielle's in the pits. Gabrielle is in the pits now. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 7.6 seconds. VSC deployed. The virtual safety car has been deployed. We need to keep a positive delta here. Slow down and maintain a positive delta. Right, this is a good chance to change our strategy for the rest of the Grand Prix if we want to. Right. Again. Front wing's damaged. Expects a lot of understeer unless we replace it. Okay mate, don't worry about the damage. I've got some new strategy options if you go and check your MFD. Confirmed. You're in first position, front of the pack. Senna behind. Less than a second separates you. They're on fresh softs. Your pit window's now open. Pit window is open. And 11 laps to go. Okay, there seems to have been a problem removing the front wing, but we've got to try and put that behind us now and finish the race strong. Get your head down. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. DRS has been enabled. DRS is now enabled. Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy. great manoeuvre. You made it look so easy. Okay, you've got P5, P5. The distance to the leader, 15.9 seconds. Hackenen's ahead of you now. Okay, gap ahead, 4.0 seconds. They're on old mediums. Okay, that is Gabrielle behind you. Less than a second separates you. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, final lap. Let's go. Final lap. As things stand right now, we'll be fourth in the championship. And that's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
Here's the checkered flag. Here's our winner. By George, he's done it. Russell wins. And once all the hard work is over, and after lap of brilliant racing, it's time now to celebrate with our podium trio. And taking his place on the top step of the podium, he gave it some hustle. Well done to George Russell. Well, that was certainly an exciting weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for more exciting Formula One action very soon.
Okay, I'll be honest.
Hey, Chief, We've got multiple parts out of research. Don't forget to develop them. We've got performance sitting on the table that we could be getting into the car.
Three minutes to go. Fantastic, you've got pole position.
With qualifying wrapped up now, we have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race. Welcome along, everyone, to sunny Spain, specifically to the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya. So many great moments in Formula One history have been written at this very track over the years, including Michael Schumacher's first win for Ferrari back in '96. That win was in the rain. We might have better weather here today, but we're just as overjoyed to be at the Spanish Grand Prix. It's an updated track at Catalunya, and the popular opinion in the paddock is that we never wanted the chicane in the first place. That's now been gone, the final corner is much faster, and at 2.9 miles and 14 turns, we await the Spanish Grand Prix. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. An immense lap from Jenson yesterday puts him on pole position, and starting next to them is George Russell. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Colapinto, Maloney, Joshua Pierce, and Hakkinen. Bortoletto, Massa, Jackson, and Isaac Hadjar. Senna, Doohan, Liam Lawson, and Ocon. Michael Schumacher, Albon, Taylor Barnard, and Zach O'Sullivan. Crawford, Martins. Verschoor and Enzo Fittipaldi rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track. And alongside me here today in the commentary box, Anthony Davidson. Now, Ant, you always tell me you know Barcelona almost as well as you know the back of your hand. Given the amount of testing that goes on here and the amount of laps...
Oh, you worked hard for that one. Congratulations, well done.
Of all his wins, this he'll be most proud of. It's victory once again for Jenson Button.
A great display of dominance today, Crofty, by this driver. They led from lights out to the flag at the end, led every lap of the race. Brilliant stuff by them, and excited to see what more they can do in future races.
Here comes your top three making their way down to the podium for what can only be described as a fantastic day for Formula One. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport action. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
Hey, just a quick one. If you've got some cash kicking around, why not invest in the corporate facility? We can always use more resource and we can be helpful in hitting your goals. Cheers.
Hey, Chief. We have a part or two ready for development. Chief, I must remind you that we have parts fully researched that are waiting for...
Have you got a moment? Need your input.
Hey, Chief. We've got multiple parts out of research. Don't forget to develop them. We've got performance sitting on the table that we could be getting into the car.